Okay, so what you can do after table is ready, then you can either add new column, you can delete the column also, or you can modify the column. So you can do pretty much three things. Okay, so you can perform, you can do 4 operations. What? You can add new column, you can drop existing column, or you can rename the column name. Okay, or you can change the column. You can change the data type of the column. Okay, so these 4 operation you can perform as a part of table alteration. What? Adding a new column, dropping or deleting the existing column, or rename the column. Existing, you want different name, you can do that, or you can change the data type of the existing column. Okay, so these are 4 operations we are going to do right now. Okay, clear? Okay, so now how to add new column? For example, in the employee table, we have already some column, right? Now in the existing table, I'm going to add new column. Okay, so this is the command. So you have to practice this command. Command kya hai? Alter table, table name, okay, add, okay, and the column, what column you want to add, new column name, okay, and its data type. Okay, for example, alter table, table name customers, add, and this is my new column. Okay, I'm adding new column email, and what is the email type? Varchar, something like that. Okay, so this you have to practice. This is for alter table. Okay, let's suppose you want to drop existing table. Let's suppose you have something already, column is there, you want to just completely remove that column. So command kya? Alter table, table name, drop column, column name. Simple. Okay, alter table, table name, drop column. Suppose email, I want to email, drop email. Okay, rename karna, you want to give some different name. Okay, so again, alter table, table name, rename column, and the old column name to new column name. Okay, and you want to change the data type. So the command is alter table, table name, modify column, column name, and new data type. Okay, so these are the 4 things we are going to practice right now. Clear? So who will share their screen? Let's do a practice now. One second, let me stop my sharing. Am I sharing my screen? Yes, I'm sharing. Okay, so can somebody share your screen? Maybe Rashekar. Or truncate dot table. You have a dot in truncate? Okay. Okay, I will discuss truncate once we will upload, we will insert some record. Okay, so right now, how many columns we have? How we can see the number of columns in this table? How I can see the number of columns? Just do a select a star. No, from go to here and just to select a star from this table. HR underscore DB. Dot. Dot is missing. Dot underscore DB dot. Now run this command. It will show all the data. So right now it's empty. There's no data right now. So it has ID, first name, last name, salary, PAN, date of birth, department. These are the column. Okay. Now here I want to add new column. Let's suppose email. I think email is not here, right? Okay. So right now in this table, there's no column called email. Iska email address मुझे नहीं पता, ठीक है? So now I'm going to add new column email. ठीक है? So the command is what? Alter table, table name, alter table name, HR underscore, same thing, HR DB dot employee, alter table name, employee, okay, space, no, give a space, add column, ADD, column, space, and the column name, suppose email, okay, email, and add, one second, and email, no, email, just only type email, not ID, email, okay, and its data type, what it's going to hold. So email can be what kind of a data type? Varchar, I think. Varchar. Yeah, varchar, and email, let's suppose 20. Okay, and the column, remove the column keyword. Add ke baad jo column hai, just remove that. Only add is required. Yeah. Okay, so guys, these are the command. Okay, alter table table name, add new column and the data type. ठीक है? Now इसको run करो, run this. Okay, alter हो गया. Now again run select statement. Again run select a star statement. You can see the new column.
Yeah,
email came. Okay. So everyone just practice this alter command, alter table name, add new column and the data type. Clear? This is clear for everyone. Are you practicing?
Practicing, sir.
Okay. There is one more command. Any questions? Rashika, do one thing. Just create a new tab and just put all the alter statement in new tab.
Yeah.
It will be easy. Just copy that alter command and put here. Okay. So this is the command for adding new column. Any confusion here? Alter table name, add column name. Okay. And the data type. Okay. Let's suppose there's another command to just understand all the columns. Okay. So there's a command called describe. Just type a command describe table, describe, cribe, CRIBE, put complete, describe table and table name, HR_DB, DB, it's a DE.
Yeah.
Describe table.
Semicolon. Yeah, now run this.
Okay, sample row is being created.
Table is this part. No, remove the table from there. Only type describe. No, and from the command describe. Okay, just run this. This is the command. Okay, so you can see here it is describing all the column. For example, ID. What is the type of ID? It's int. You can see that it is talking about all the type. So it's a complete description of the column, each column. Okay, so ID is an int type. Okay, null hai ki nahi, it is not null, something. Okay, I will talk about the remaining field, but you can see that it is giving a good picture of all the columns. ID, first name, last name, email, right? Can you scroll down a bit? So email what is the email type? It should be varchar, right? Email is a varchar. You can see here. So it is giving the entire picture. So this is the command describe table name. Okay. So you can get all the details about the column. What is the type? What are the values? What is the primary key? Something like that. So just remember this command describe table name. Clear? So alter table is okay, right? Everyone run this command, alter table name, add email varchar. Okay. Okay. Now let's suppose I want to drop. This was the addition. I added new column. I want to drop the column. For example, email. Okay. So the command is just do a practice. Write there drop. No, alter table. Sorry, alter table name. So the first part will remain same. Okay, alter table name. This will repeat for every command. So alter table name. Okay, then space drop. Okay, drop column, type column. No, column, you have to type column, the keyword column. Okay, space, and the column name is email. Yes. So this is the command for dropping the column. Just run this. Okay. Now again do select. Okay, you can do describe. Okay, do describe. So you can see email is there. No, right?
No, email has gone.
Email is gone. Okay. So this way you can drop that column. Clear? So first I added the new column, alter table name, add email varchar. This is the addition part. And the next part is the drop. So alter table name, drop column name. Clear? Okay. Now can you please again add the new email column? Can you again run the previous command? Describe command. So email came, right? Email came.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to rename the column name. Right now, the column name is what? Email, right? So I want to rename it. Okay. So for the rename, the command is alter table name. Okay. And rename, type rename, and column, type rename column. Okay. And what is the current column name? Email, right? So type email.
Yeah.
Email to, then space to new name. So let's suppose I want to give a new name. Let's suppose email address. Email address. Okay. So from email, I'm changing the name, email address. Okay. So this is the command. Alter table name, rename column, email to email address. Okay. Now again, describe command. It should be email address now.
Yeah. Email address. Yeah.
Okay. Can you put a comment for each line? For example, alter table, just add a comment that add new column. Just use hyphen, single line comment. Hyphen. Add new column. Okay. And then, okay. For describe, just add write hyphen. Describe the column details. Yeah, describe the columns. Describe the columns. Okay. Below one, drop existing table. Drop existing table. So it is just a good documentation table. Okay, column. And last one is for rename. Rename existing column. Okay. Do one thing. Describe command. Just copy paste describe command and put at the last. Even comment. Just copy even the comment. Complete here. And Control X and put in the last. Yeah. Take new line. One more line. No. After line number 3, take a new line. One more line. Okay, perfect. So there are 3 commands we practice. Okay, add new column, add table name, add email, where email the data type. Okay, and dropping, alter table name, drop column name. Okay, for renaming, alter table. So you can see the pattern here. Alter table name. A common hai. Okay, the first 3 portion, this pattern is common for all. So alter table name. Uske baad what action you want to perform. You want to add, then add. If you want to drop, then drop. You want to rename, the rename. These are the verbs. Okay. So alter table name, add, drop, rename. Okay. For rename ke liye, rename column, old column name to new column name. So you can see the pattern here.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the 3 commands we learned. I hope everyone has done this command in your machine. Any confusion in these 3 commands?
Sir, what is the table name? HR DB table dot employee.
So table, actually table name I'm referring with a database. Okay. So database name dot table name.
Okay. ये टेबल के अंडर में एम्प्लॉई है, तो ये टेबल पूरा नेम एम्प्लॉई का हुआ.
डेटा, जो टेबल है डेटाबेस के अंदर है. ठीक है. जो टेबल होते हैं वो डेटाबेस के अंदर होते हैं. ठीक है. तो ये दिस टेबल बिलोंग्स टू दिस डेटाबेस HR_DB. तो डेटाबेस डॉट टेबल नेम. अगर आप डेटाबेस यूज नहीं करना चाहते हो तो उसका एक वे है, यू हैव टू यूज कमांड. अभी जस्ट सम टाइम बैक आई शोड, राइट. लेकिन इट्स आई प्रेफर दिस वे. So your database name dot database dot table name. Okay. Any more confusion? Is it clear? All clear, right?
सर 4 और 5 वाले क्यों छोड़ दिए?
Sorry.
4 और 5 वाले को क्यों छोड़ दिए सर ब्लैंक? 4 वाले को ब्लैंक.
Meri merzi. I just wanted give some space
Okay,
to
okay.
make it beautiful.
Okay, got it.
Actually, altered command only first three wala, okay? The last one, it is not the alter command. It's only describing.
Okay, got
So
it.
that's why I put some space, so separate it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we learn how to add new column. We learn how to drop existing column, and we learn how to rename the column. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to learn right now, what is the data type of email address? It is varchar, right?
Yeah.
I can change the data type. Suppose from varchar, I want to, what I can do. Let's suppose char करना चाहता हूँ, ठीक है? From varchar, I want to keep it char, only char, ठीक है? So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So the command is alter table name, same thing, alter table name. And here we have to use modify, alter table name, same, and modify. Here's the modify keyword. Okay. Modify column. And the column name email. Now column name is email address, right? This is the email column name. So type the email address. Okay. And now I want new data type. Okay. So right now it is varchar, and just type the char, only char. I want to make it char only. Char and give some, let's suppose 20.
इसमें M छूट गया है.
M छूट गया कहाँ पर? Oh, email, हाँ.
Email.
Email address का spelling is wrong. M is missing.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So same thing, alter table name, modify column name, and the new data type. You can run this. Okay. Now again run the describe command. You check the data type. It's char now.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the 4 kinds of alter table command. Any confusion?
No, sir.
Great. So I need your help, Rashekar. Just copy this entire command and post in the group.
Yeah.
And you can stop your sharing.
तो कोई भी कमांड को लिखने के बाद इसको डिस्क्राइब करना मस्ट है सर, नहीं?
हाँ, अगर आप चाहते हो, you want to see the details, must नहीं है, but if you want to confirm कि वो affect हुआ है कि नहीं,
Okay.
so just check the details. You can use that describe command to just this. It will describe the entire whole data type.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, I hope everybody's practicing it. Okay. So this is about alter command. Now, any questions, by the way, before I move on?
Sir.
Okay. So what I learned now, we just learned alter command. So 4 operations: add new column, alter table name, add column, and dropping column, renaming column, and changing the data type. So these 4 operations we can do in the alter command. Okay. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Next है constraint. Okay.
Constraint.
So as of now, we learn how to create table with all the column ID, column name, and corresponding data types. Okay. So I know how to build my home. Home कैसे construct करना, I know that. And even I know that how to modify my home. Okay. I know how to create table, and I know how to alter table. This much we have learned so far. Good. Okay. Now we are going to learn putting some more rules. Just in the first class, we discussed that SQL is a relational database is more like a schema. Schema is fixed. Okay, we have to follow some rule. Okay, so while creating the table, you can put some constraint. You can put some rules. You can put some schema against each column. ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ईमेल एड्रेस, ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल फर्स्ट नेम लास्ट नेम, ओके। जैसे एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ कि ईमेल एड्रेस शुड हैव अ पैटर्न एट द रेट ऑफ समथिंग, मतलब कि ईमेल एड्रेस में लेट्स सपोज इफ somebody some user is going to enter the data for email address equal to abc, ठीक है, so this is not the valid email, right? So there should be some rule, some constraint होना चाहिए, right? Let's suppose id, ठीक है, id is it's a very important data id, and somehow some user is not going to enter the data, मतलब id को blank छोड़ दिया, id डाला ही नहीं, ठीक है, so it's my data will be wrong, right? Because I need id, without id there is no person can exist in the company, so id is important, id cannot be null, okay? So such that there are multiple condition you can put against each column to just so that you are restricting the user ki I want data in this fashion, in this format, okay? If data is not coming in that format जो आपने rule set किया है, then the database will ignore, database will not accept the data. So that's why it is very important to put the right constant. Clear? Why we are putting constant?
No, sir. Once more.
Okay. For example, here I'm showing example. For example, I'm creating this table. Okay. Create table persons. ID is my column. Int is my data type. You can see ID int, last name varchar, first name varchar, age int. Okay. Here you can see here I'm while creating the column, I'm putting some constraint कि not null, not null, not null. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि जो ID बनेगा, ठीक है, this ID is not null, ठीक है, मतलब कि it means if user is going to insert new record for this person, okay, and somehow he missed the value for ID, उसने last name डाला, first name डाला और age डाला, but he missed out the ID. Okay, but here you are putting the constraint ki ID is not null. You cannot ignore the ID. You have to give the ID. So while inserting the record, database will skip. Database will stop you. It will say that you are not following my rule. My rule is that I need ID is not null, but you're not passing the value. You can see that. Okay, are you getting this, guys?
Yes, sir.
So like that, we have multiple constraints. Okay. So we are going to learn what are the different constraints, different rules, schemas, so that you can restrict the user to follow that rules. Okay. So that's what we're going to learn. So the SQL constraints are used to specify rules for the data in the table. जो भी data आएगा in table में, they will follow some rules. They will follow some guideline. They will follow some schema. Okay. So that's what you're going to define right now against each column. Okay. So constraints are used to limit the okay. So the constraints are used to limit the type of data that can go into a table. मतलब here you are putting some restriction कि what kind of data my table can accept. कोई garbage data नहीं जा सकता. Okay. It should be well defined data and which follow the rule. Okay. And this ensure the accuracy. आपका data accurate है कि नहीं. This is very important. So अगर आप rule लगा दिए हो कि my data should be in this format, in this fashion, so you will accepting the data only in that format because it depends upon the accuracy. If data, if any user is not following that rule जो आपने set किया है, database will ignore that. It will not accept. So it's very important. Okay. So that's why it ensures the accuracy. आपका data should be accurate and reliability of the data in the table. If there is any violation between the constraint, the data action and action is aborted. Though that action will not happen. Okay, let's suppose you want to insert data, but your ID is missing. That insertion will aborted. Insertion नहीं हो पाएगा. Okay, that data will not go in that database. So that's why constraint is very important. Okay, constraint we can apply in two level. The one is the column level against each column. For example, which दिखाया था, that was against each column. Okay, there are two level. Either you can apply constraint on each column level, or you can apply on the table level. There are two level, each column or table level. Okay, I will show some example. Column level constraint apply to column. Okay, अगर आप only column level पर apply करो, this apply only for that particular column. This is not for entire table. Okay, if ऐसा entire table means for every column, for each column. अगर आप rule apply कर only for that particular column, then it will apply for only that column, that particular column, not for entire column. Okay. If it is a table label, then it applies for all the column. So that's the difference. So constraint can be applied on column label or table label. Column label constraint apply for column only, and the table label constraint apply only for whole table. Okay, whole table, it means all the columns. Clear? You got some pictures, some context. Any doubt in this concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us see in some action. So this is a theory. Okay, so there are multiple constraints in SQL. For example, not, null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check, default, index. Index I will see separately. So these are the important constant. Okay, so let me talk about each constant. What is this? If I say not null, okay, not null ensure that column cannot have a null value. Okay, the कुछ ऐसा column है which is very important. You cannot accept null value or blank value or garbage value. Okay, so in that case you can have to put not null. Not null का मतलब हुआ कि it is not going to be null. It is not going to be empty. It is not going to be zero or a blank. Okay, it holds some value. For example, ID. For example, PAN card. Okay, PAN card is an important data. And somebody trying to insert the PAN card having no PAN card, you can say that my PAN card is not null. Okay, while creating the table, you will say that PAN card not null. Matlab ki you will accept the PAN card. If somebody is not inserting the PAN card, you will abort, you will not accept. Okay, so this is for not null. Unique ensure that all values in the column are different. The unique hona chahiye. Just for example, ID, primary key ID. Okay, all employees should have a unique ID, right? So ऐसा दो रो नहीं होगा. There can be not two row possible where both row having the same ID. Okay, so ID cannot be duplicate. ID should be unique. For example, PAN card also. Okay, Aadhaar card also. These are the unique data. मान लो कि there are 10 rows in the table. Okay, so each rows will have unique ID, a unique PAN number, or unique Aadhaar number. Okay, so if you're putting unique, it means all the data in that column should be unique. Agar duplicate hoga, then insertion will not happen. Let's suppose you already added a PAN card ABC, and again you're going to insert new PAN card ABC. So this insertion will stop because ABC already had. Okay, so new data for PAN card should be different. So that's why you're ensuring that it should be unique data. You getting this unique data?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So
Primary key, yeah, any questions?
सर वो एक बार और बताइएगा.
यूनिक का मतलब होता है यूनिक होना. ओके, डुप्लीकेट नहीं हो सकता है.
Yes,
ठीक
sir.
है, डुप्लीकेशन अलाउड नहीं है. इट शुड बी यूनिक. जैसे पैन कार्ड, दो इंसान का पैन कार्ड सेम नहीं हो सकता, राइट? दो इंसान का आधार कार्ड सेम नहीं हो सकता, राइट?
Yes, sir.
अगर एक कंपनी है, कंपनी में दो एम्प्लॉय का आईडी सेम नहीं हो सकता, राइट? इट शुड बी यूनिक. ठीक है, तो अगर आपको इंश्योर करना है कि डेटा शुड बी ऑलवेज यूनिक, इट इज नॉट रिपीटिंग, इट इज नॉट डुप्लीकेट, जस्ट पुट यूनिक. ठीक है,
Yes.
मान लो क्या होगा कि मान लो कि अपने डेटा, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल ईमेल एड्रेस. ओके, ईमेल एड्रेस आर जनरली यूनिक. ओके, लेट्स सपोज आपने ऑलरेडी एक यूजर क्रिएट किया है, ईमेल एड्रेस abc@gmail.com. This is already existing, and for the new record you are going to create new data again, abc@gmail.com. So because this email is already persisting in the database, right, already table में है, so
वो
new
exist
record को
कर-
insert नहीं करने देगा, उसको stop कर देगा, बोले कि नहीं आप unique नहीं है, I need a unique data. ठीक है, तो database खुद से manage करता है. You don't have to do this. These are the validations आपको. So you're not writing any logic.
Yes.
You're not writing any code for that. Okay, just you're declaring that I want unique data. Database will manage. अगर wrong data जाएगा तो it will abort. Okay, so your job is just put the condition constant, and all the logic validation will be happened by the database. Oh, that's the internal logic of database. That don't have to bother. Okay, so not null unique is clear for everyone.
Sir, these constraints are applicable both rows and columns.
It is applicable for column level. Okay, let us do one practice. Okay, let me show some in action. Otherwise, you are not trying to connect. Okay, can someone share your screen so that I can explain that? Okay. So do one thing. First, drop this table, the existing table. Drop this table. Now alter. Go to drop command. Drop. Just drop this table. Okay. Now go to create table command. So here I'm now, right now there's no constraint. Okay, you can see here abhi koi constraint nahi hai. Okay, so right now here I'm going to put some constraint. Okay, for example ID Rashekar, so you can see here Rashekar already put the constant, so you can see ID. Earlier we were not putting any constraint, right? Now we are
Right.
putting some constraint. So ID is int and I'm putting it unique. So यहाँ मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि ID मेरा unique है, ठीक है? तो दो आईडी, तो इस रो में अगर जब डेटा क्रिएट होगा तो आईडी हमेशा यूनिक होगा. ओके, और यू कैन से दैट लेट्स सपोज पैन कार्ड शुड बी ऑलवेज यूनिक. दिस इज आल्सो गुड कंस्टेंट. एंड लेट्स सपोज सैलरी. ओके, यू कैन सी हियर वी हैव टू थिंग्स. सैलरी, ओके, सैलरी वी हैव नॉट मेंशन एनीथिंग, इट्स ओनली डबल. ओके, मतलब कि ये नल हो सकता है. It can be null. So there can be chance that some employee has no salary. Okay, in this condition, in this with this syntax, so salary is koi condition yahan par nahi hai. We are not putting any condition, so it can be null. Okay, but for you can see date of birth. For date of birth, I am putting constant not null. मतलब date of birth null नहीं हो सकता है, ठीक है? If you're going to insert null, it will abort. Okay, so let me run this. So here I'm going to create a table, okay, with this constraint. So constraint क्या है? ID is unique. First name you already right. First name is not null. So these are the constant I have created. Okay, clear this? This command is clear for everyone. First of all, let me understand this, guys. This command is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now run this describe command. Let me understand all the column details. So go to the SQL file 6 and run the describe command. You can see here, now you can see all the constraint over here. So ID is unique.
Yeah.
You can see unique is coming here, PAN card unique. Okay, and null, you can see null. Okay, so first name is not null. You can say null is no. Okay, ID, ID is yes. So ID can be null. It's a wrong constraint. ID cannot be null. ठीक है, यूनिक है, ठीक है, बट इट कैन बी नल. सो नल नहीं हो सकता, राइट? सो आईडी कैन बी नॉट नल. एक काम कीजिए, अगेन ड्रॉप दिस टेबल एंड आईडी को नॉट नल करो, बिकॉज आईडी इज इंपॉर्टेंट डेटा. आईडी नल नहीं हो सकता है. सो गो टू देयर, आईडी नॉट नल. इट शुड बी नॉट नल एंड यूनिक. तो आईडी शुड बी नॉट नल हो सकता है एंड यूनिक होना चाहिए. तो इट शुड बी बोथ कंडीशन, नॉट नल, यूनिक. ओके, यू गॉट दिस?
Yes.
नाउ रन दिस. Okay, now again run describe command. Okay, see here ID is not null. Null नहीं हो सकता है, and it's a unique. It becomes a, I will talk about primary key. It's a unique now. Okay, for example, PAN card. Okay, PAN card is not, it's unique, but it is null. मतलब null हो सकता है किसी person का PAN card available नहीं है. It can be chance, right? So okay, let's accept that PAN card can be null, but it's a unique. अगर होगा तो unique होगा. Okay, so you can see that we created multiple constraint here, right?
Yes.
Okay, now how to validate कि ये रियल में काम कर रहा है कि नहीं काम कर रहा है, इसको कैसे वैलिडेट करें, ठीक है? तो उसके लिए I need to insert record. इस टेबल में I need to put some data, ठीक है? तो I'm sharing one command right now. We will discuss later to how to insert the record, but for just to give the idea कि how this work. Okay, I'm sharing one command. Okay, do one thing, Rashekar, can you create another tab, query tab? So here I'm going to insert some new record. Okay, new query tab. Okay, type a insert. So insert is a command I will talk about later, but abhi ke liye just giving for demo purpose, I'm explaining insert. Okay, so insert into table name, right? Insert into table name, same, HRDB, same thing. Okay. And then put parenthesis, open, close. Close karo. Okay. Inside the parenthesis, you have to put all the column name. एक काम कीजिए, employees को expand करो, right, left hand side. Expand the employees. You can see all the columns. Okay. So within this parenthesis, you have to put all the column name one by one. ID, type ID, comma, first name. So you have to put all the column name here. Comma, last name. So this is the command for inserting data. Okay, we will see this. Okay, pan. Okay,
No.
email address.
okay. Then after that, type outside the
Sir, there is-
parenthesis, type values.
Mistake in last name.
Values you can put in next line. After values, just take a new line, enter, type values, parenthesis, open, close. Okay. Now for each column, you need to pass the data. For example, ID kya hoga? Okay. So for each column, you put the data, corresponding data. For example, ID, let's suppose 100. First name, let's suppose you can give some first name. It should be in quote, okay, because it's a varchar. Quote mein jayega. Because first name is a varchar, right? So it's a string. So it should be quote. Yes. Salary, yeah. Salary is an int type, right? So it should be integer. 20,000, something. You can put some data here. Okay. And PAN card, give some PAN card number. ABC just type string ABC. In text string. Okay. And date of birth. Okay. So date of birth, YY DDYY. Okay. So just put a single quote. Single quote. Put year. Dash. And month. Yeah. Month. Then day. And quote. Like that. Okay. And department, give some department name, anything. Sales department could be project. Okay, put again quote. Okay, and hire date, again give some date, hiring date. You can give some in random date. In single quote. Okay, leaving date you can put null, because suppose you're still working. Null, NUNL, null. Okay, so null is a keyword. Okay. Okay, city, you can give some city name. So here we are doing data entry. Okay, state, you can give some state name. Okay, and what is the next? I think email address, right? State ke baad, what is the after the state? Age, okay. Then email address, abc@something gmail.com something. Okay, and after that put semicolon. Now run this. So this will create a new record. Okay, now run. Just select everything from there. Now run this. Okay, you can see here something wrong happened here. Unknown column, first name. Spelling galat hai.
Last name spelling mistake.
Last name ka spelling galat hai. Column name is wrong. No, column name. Last name spelling is wrong. NAME.
Double A हो गया.
Now again run this. Again something wrong. First name, spelling गलत है first name.
सही है
नहीं गलत है।
salary and date of birth department hard leaving date this date is
Oh, I think आपने S मिस कर दिया। Okay, ठीक है, जो आपका column
हाँ।
name है just enter the same column name. Okay,
Yeah.
insert हो गया, ठीक है। Now again run the select star command. Select star कहाँ है? I think next tab में होगा। Yeah, just run the first one. Okay, so you can see the record now. Okay, so ID is this. Okay, now go to मैंने constraint क्या रखा था कि IDs were unique, right?
Right.
ID null था, not null, unique था, right? एक काम करो, इसको फिर से insert करो and same record. Just try again the same record. Okay, again run this. See, it will not insert. Okay, because ID 100 का already है, right? So I'm going to again insert. It will show some error. You can see here. You can
Duplicate
say
entry.
duplicate entry because ID is already there, right? Because I have put the constraint. The ID should be unique, right? So you can see here, it is stopping you from entry because you're not following the rule, right? You got this?
Yes, sir.
Like that, okay? So now can you show me the create table command again? What was the constraint we put there? No, create. You can see here ID was unique. Okay, that's why it is not accepted.
No.
Okay, and let's suppose not null. For example, first name. Okay, if I don't give first name, then again it will not accept. Okay, now go to create insert command. ID को change कर दो. Suppose 101. Okay, and first name, just don't give any first name. Just pass null. Okay.
last
Okay. Now run this. So it will not accept. Control A, just type Control A. It will select everything. Control A कीजिए, Control A. हाँ. You can see here. Cannot be null. See. So it is doing all the validation. आपका काम है just put the constraint and database will do all the validation. So it is stopping you from entering the wrong data. Got the idea? Any doubt? Clear है?
yes.
Okay. Okay, now you can stop your sharing. So that's the funda of constraint. Okay. Okay, so these are the couple of constraints that you have to consider. So not null, unique, just we know we saw that, right? How to use not null and unique, and primary key. Okay, so primary key is the combination of both not null and unique. Okay, primary key क्या है? Yeah, so primary key is equal to unique plus not null. Okay, so अगर if you're using if you against the column, if you're using not null and unique both, ठीक है, तो it's a primary key. For example, अभी हमने देखा था ID. Okay, so for the ID we put both a constant, not null and unique, right? इसका मतलब ये होगा कि ID is unique, ID cannot be duplicate and it cannot be null. Empty नहीं हो सकता है, right? So if you combine these two constraints, so it becomes primary key. Okay, so primary key is a combination of not null and unique. Okay, it means it's a uniquely identify each row in the table. Okay, so primary key ऐसे समझो कि मान लो कि there are multiple employees in the company. Okay, so multiple employee means multiple rows. The table के अगर if I translate in terms of table rows, it means multiple record, multiple rows in the table, right? So multiple employees, right? So if there are multiple employees in company, then what can be the primary key? Primary key का मतलब होता है which are unique, जो हर एक employee का एकदम different होगा, मतलब they are certain field, certain values which are uniquely identify each person, each employees. Okay, so in the table, when you're creating this, your database, your table, you have to figure out कि what can be the key, what can be my primary key, which column can become my primary key. So generally it is always good practice. I would say it's a standard, it's a good norm that you have to figure out a primary key. Or generally हर एक table में there is a primary key. It is a rule. Okay. So primary key का मतलब क्या होता है? It's a uniquely identifying the record. Clear है? So for example, employee के लिए what can be primary key? What can you think? ID can be primary key, sure. Okay. And what else can be primary key?
PAN number.
PAN number can be primary key. Even
Aadhaar
Aadhaar number can be primary
Aadhaar
key,
number.
right? So you have to
Voter-
figure out, or anything can be happen, anything is possible. It can be primary key.
ID, email ID.
Email ID, yes. Generally, email ID are unique. Company में.
voter number, sir.
Voter number, generally they are unique. Okay. So there are certain field which are completely unique. मतलब ऐसे thumb press, अंगूठा का जो छाप होता है, thumb press, thumb impression, that is also unique. Facial
Mobile
expression,
number.
mobile number, your eye का जो expressions होते हैं.
routine.
Okay, so these are the primary key. Okay, I think you got right. You got the essence of primary key. What is primary key?
Yes, sir.
So primary key मतलब not unique plus unique, दोनों. It's a combine of both. Okay. Okay.
देखो right?
Next है foreign key. I will talk about foreign keys sometimes. Okay, it's about combining two multiple tables. Actually, क्या होता है? The data in the table in the database is not into single table. ठीक है? It's a multiple table. Data are spread across multiple tables. 2, 3, 4. It can be n number of tables. Okay. So सारे table को combine करना होता है. There's a linking. Multiple tables के बीच में एक linking होता है, एक linkage होता है. So that's we achieve with the foreign key. Okay. I will give more example about foreign key and not now. So foreign key will connect the multiple tables so that you can pull the data from multiple tables. ठीक है. Generally table जो records होते हैं, those are not sitting in single table. It's a multiple table, 10, 20, 30, 100 tables हो सकते हैं in your database. But you have to pull that record from all the tables. So उसके लिए मुझे linking establish करना पड़ेगा. All the tables, how they're linked together. So we have a concept of foreign key. I will talk about that and I will give some example. So this is again a constant. Okay. Check is another constant. We put some special condition. ठीक है कि for example salary should be more than 1 lakh, salary should be within this range, something that we can put some special condition with the check. We will see some example. Okay, don't worry. Default का मतलब क्या होता है कि we can give some default value. अगर user is not giving any value using insert command, so we can give some default value. ठीक है. We can set some value कि मान लो कि salary का default value इतना होगा, age default, something you can decide कि what can be the default value for my column if user is not going to enter the data. Okay, it's a default column. Index I will talk about later. So right now you have to focus on not null, unique, primary key, check and default. इतनी constant you have to focus right now. Okay, so कैसे use करना है, how to in action. So right now we saw not null. Okay, not null as I talked about that if you're putting not null तो इसका record कभी empty नहीं हो सकता है. You are expecting the record कि I want this record. It is mandatory. इसको आप skip नहीं कर सकते हो. ठीक है? So this is called not null constant. Okay. मान लो table बना दिया. ठीक है? After table you missed that कि I missed that putting the constant. After that you can alter table. ठीक है? तो क्या करना होगा? Alter table name. Okay. Modify column and the column name int type and you can put the constant. Okay, so after creation of table also you can modify the table to add the constant like this. Clear? So this command you have to practice. Okay, now a unique constant, we saw unique constant. Unique का मतलब होता है कि it's a data are unique just like a primary key. Okay, it cannot be duplicate. Okay, for example here I can give some unique for example here unique ID. Okay, ID is unique. You can put like this also, or you can put unique in just in front of ID as well. ठीक है, ये दो approach हैं. So this is the column label. Okay, unique ID. आप unique को यहाँ भी लिख सकते थे just now Rashekar did. or you can write this way also. Okay, or you can create a constraint. ठीक है, यहाँ पर क्या कर रहा हूँ, this is the column label. Okay, this is the column label and this is the table label. ठीक है, यहाँ मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, I'm creating a constraint. Okay, so instead of creating a unique against each column, you can go with that approach also. You can put unique against each column, unique. Okay, or you can combine all the column. So यहाँ पर you can create one. So this is the command constraint. Okay, constraint is a keyword, constraint, and you can give some constraint name. You can give X, Y, Z, any constraint. This is a user defined name. Okay, you can give some name. So constraint name. Okay, and unique. So this is the constraint unique, and it will apply to which columns? ID and last name. Okay, so here this unique will apply to these two columns. ID पे apply करेगा और last name पे apply करेगा. So either you can go with column approach, मतलब unique को I can put in front of ID as well. ID int not null unique. Last name varchar not null unique. वैसे भी कर सकते थे. Okay, or otherwise you can do like this. You can create a constraint name, and what is your constraint? Unique constraint, and this unique is going to apply on which column. So you can put all the column names. Okay, so this is the table label and this is the at the column label. Any confusion?
No, sir.
So this one you have to practice करना पड़ेगा. Okay, you have to, this command you have to memorize and it will
Yes,
come
sir,
from
very
practice.
good बार में, sir.
Okay, so this is a unique command, unique constraint. Okay, primary key. So again, primary key, it's a combination, unique plus not null. Okay, for example, ID is the best candidate to become the primary key. Okay, तो यहाँ पर मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, ID int not null and I can put primary key here, और ऐसे भी कर सकता हूँ primary keys and ID like this. Okay, so it will apply to ID. Okay, or otherwise you can create a constant. Okay, constant name primary key and you can pass the column. Okay, so here it's a combination with the ID and last name. Okay, these two are my primary key. So primary key can be one column, एक single column भी primary key हो सकता है, or it can be combination, multiple column को combine करके I can create a primary key. ठीक है, so here I'm creating a primary key of ID and last name. तो ये दोनों column हमेशा unique होगा, इनका combination हमेशा unique होगा. That's what I'm going to ensure. Okay, otherwise if you want to keep one single column as a primary key, आप वैसे भी कर सकते हो. Okay.
Sir, how to command that constant name?
How to
Command that constant name.
how to no, I'm not getting you. Can you please repeat?
How to command the constant name?
Yeah, this one, you're talking about this peak
Yes,
underscore.
yes.
This is any name. Okay, you can give any name, ABC, XYZ. This is user defined name.
ये टेबल नेम है ना, पी के
No, this is not a table name. This is not a table name. This is the any name. This is just like a variable. आप इसको ABC कुछ भी कर, it's a constraint name है. It is just a user defined name.
Yes.
Okay.
You
तो
can
ये नेसेसरी है इसको देना.
हाँ, एक नेम देना पड़ेगा, constraint का एक नेम देना पड़ेगा. What is the constraint name? So this is the
Can be
constraint.
anything.
हाँ, it can be anything. PK underscore XYZ भी कर सकते हो तो, या
Okay.
PK underscore XABC something. It's a just a name. Okay.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with the this table. You can give some logical name. Okay.
Yes.
So it's become the constraint. Okay.
Okay.
So it's a good practice ki give the PK primary key underscore and table name. But this is not the mandatory. It should be table name only. आप कुछ भी दे सकते हो, A, B, C, X, Y, Z. For example, I can write constraint X, Y, Z primary key ID last name. ऐसे भी लिख सकता था. I can write this way also. Not a problem. It is just a name. Okay. This is just an identifier. आपने Python पढ़ा होगा. It is just an identifier. Just a variable name. You can give any name here. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these things you have to practice. Check क्या करता है? You can put some constraint. Okay. For example, here this is my limitation कि age should be more than 18. कि जो adult हैं, this is a record only for adult, जो more than 18 years का, ठीक है? So here I'm creating a condition. ठीक है? So ID, everything is same. ID, last name, first name, age. Okay. And now I'm creating a constraint. Okay. So check is my constraint. Check, and you put the condition here. Okay. For age is more than 18. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर जो भी रिकॉर्ड जाएगा एज के लिए, इट शुड बी मोर देन 18 ईयर्स। अगर 18 से बिलो है देन इंसर्शन विल नॉट हैपन, अलाउ नहीं करेगा। ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये कैन क्रिएट, आई एम क्रिएटिंग मल्टीपल कंस्टेंट, सो कंस्टेंट, ठीक है, कंस्टेंट and check person. Again, this is a logical name, okay? You can give anything, okay? And I'm creating a check constraint. And within the check, what I'm creating, age more than 18 and city should be XYZ. The city का नाम जो city होना चाहिए, it should be this city and age should be this. So you can create multiple condition using check operation, okay? So if you define check constraint on the column, it will allow only certain value for that column. तो जो आपने condition set किया है, वो satisfy होगा तभी it will allow the data. Otherwise, it will not allow the data. Clear? We will do some practice after this. Okay. Default है, let's suppose city. Okay. And for the city, I want to give some default name. अगर let's suppose user is not entering any data for city, it's coming blank or null. Then क्या होगा, it becomes this value. If you entering the data, then it will be overwritten. Okay, it will not consider. It will consider the data which is coming from user side. Otherwise, data is not coming from user side, then it will become the default value. ये default value होगा, ठीक है? Default value will be added to the all new record if no other value is, अगर value नहीं है तो, if there is no any value coming, then it will add this default value. Okay, so this much is the constraint. Okay, so now let's try this. Okay, so we have already seen not null and unique. Okay, and let's try some check. ठीक है, एक check काम पे करते हैं, ठीक है? So let's suppose do we have the age right in my table, right? So let us do some. Can somebody share the screen? Let's try check command and check constant, check and default, and primary key. So who will share the screen? Rashekar, can you please share the screen? Okay. So, okay. So let's do just drop the table. Table drop कर देते हैं. Let's create again. Okay. Now go to create table. Okay. So already we have some constraint like not null unique. Okay. एक काम करते हैं, ID को just remove the not null unique and make it primary key, because primary key is by default it's a combination of both. Okay. So type the primary key. Just type primary key. Primary space key. Okay. Here I'm putting key ID is my primary key. It means key ID should be unique and not null. It's a combination, right? And first name का not null है, salary. Okay. And age. तो यहाँ पर let's create one constraint for age. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर after just put a colon, comma, नहीं email address के बाद यहाँ put a comma. Now create a type check. Just type check. Check. Okay. And what is the check? Age. I want to put condition on the age, right? So type curly parenthesis open close. Check के बाद parenthesis open and close, and now put some condition. ठीक है, कि age more is more than equal to 18. So this is my check, my condition. Okay. So here, if you enter the age below 18, it will not accept. Okay. So this is my condition. Now create this table with this constraint. Okay. Table got created. Now go to insert command. Insert wala. Okay. Now here age, what age you entering here? 17, right?
Yeah.
So it is below 18, right? So it will not try to insert this record. It will fail. You can see here, employee check is violated. You're not following the rule. Okay. Now enter 20 or more than 18, then it will accept. You can see now it is got created. Now run the select star statement. You can see the record got came here 20. Okay. Clear? Now let's suppose ID is my primary, right? Now let's suppose I'm going to enter this record. Let's suppose first name, last name, everything is different. Okay, but only the ID is same. Just make first name, make it Vijay. Raj just do Vijay, okay? And here data is different, okay? All the remaining data is different, but only ID is same, okay? This ID is already there in the database. 100 already hai. And now again, I'm going to create the same ID, record with the same ID, okay? Though other records are different, but my ID is same. So this will not accept. Now run this. Control A. You can see here, duplicate entry. Okay. So
Yeah.
ID always should be unique. And now change the ID. Just suppose you enter 200 or something different, to some different value. Control A. Now it will accept. What you not?
मेल आईडी हमने मेल आईडी
Mail ID दिया, right? Duplicate. Oh, okay. अच्छा, email का आपने क्या? Can you show me the data constraint? I think you have put some constraint for the email address.
yeah
Unique
था ना?
है, unique है, right? So it should be
Yeah.
different email address.
Yeah.
That's why it is not accepting.
Right.
Now it came, right? Clear? So this way, this constraint is very powerful. मतलब आपको ज़्यादा coding नहीं करना. You don't have to do any business logic. Just declare the constant and the database will take care of that. Otherwise, in language, let's suppose it's a programming language, then you have to add the logic. You have to do the checking. So it's a very you have to put all the validation logic in the programming language. Okay. So this is the check. And you can put, you can add more check. Let's suppose, go back to the create. So this is a one check for age. Okay. I want to check for, let's suppose, city. Okay. So I want to accept only those people who belongs to, let's suppose, Maharashtra or Bangalore. Suppose Bangalore. Okay. So you can put here city equal Bangalore. Not a single equal. So I want only Bangalorean people, जो Bangalore से belong करते हैं. Okay, so this way it will accept only those cities. Other city it will not accept. I think you got the essence, right? You got the idea, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So primary की हो गया, check हो गया, not null, and
Default रह गया.
default. एक
Default.
काम करते हैं. For example, I can give some default value. For example, किसका default value हो सकता है? Let's suppose salary. ठीक है. कि जो भी बंदा ज्वाइन करेगा उसका एक फिक्स डिफॉल्ट सैलरी है. कोई भी जीरो सैलरी से ज्वाइन नहीं होगा तो जस्ट गिव अ डिफॉल्ट वैल्यू फॉर सैलरी. सपोज 20,000 डिफॉल्ट सैलरी इक्वल 20,000. That could be anything you can give.
Yeah.
Now it is giving error. One second. Default. Can you put the mouse over default? Spelling गलत नहीं है ना?
सही था sir.
Something wrong. Default is not a value at this position, expecting an identifier. Okay. Oh, okay. Default. Okay. So default will be at column label. Okay. So default को क्या करो? Go against the salary. Just put against the salary. Go to salary, line number 5. In front of salary.
Double.
Yes. Type double and don't give salary, only default and value. Default 2,000, 20,000 जो भी है. Remove salary. And remove the parenthesis like this and comma. Okay. So you have to drop the table. First, I think table is already there, right? Drop कर देते हैं. Now create, select everything. Okay, created. Okay. Now, so here is my what? Check. Okay. So now insert some record. Okay. So let's suppose I don't give salary. Just don't give it. Okay.
Yeah. column count is not matched.
Oh, it is not matching, right? अच्छा, null pass करना, salary को give null because it is not matching. So it's a position matching. Okay, ID it should match the data. Okay, now try this. What is failing here?
Employee.
कुछ something is failing.
Employee check one is available.
Okay, what is the check here? Show me the check command. Check constraint. Check क्या था? 18 and city should be Bangalore. Okay, so these are check. So 8 should be more than 80. And what is the city here? Noida, right? You're putting
Yeah.
Noida. What is the city here? So it should be Bangalore. Exactly same. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yes.
it's got credit now. You can see how it is powerful. Now run the select star. Select star. Okay, you got the record. Clear? Okay, so these are some constraint. Okay. Any doubt? Any confusion?
एक बार और बताइए ना सर।
कौन सा?
यही सर।
Okay, default.
जी सर।
Okay. Default क्या है? That it is giving the default value. Can you show me that salary? Salary कितना आ रहा है? No, don't. Just run this select star वाला command.
Select star.
Salary is coming. How much salary is coming now?
It is showing it as null because we
Okay.
have entered null.
Oh,
now.
we have
So
entered the value, right? Okay.
Yeah. So now I'm just removing it.
20,000।
Just pass an empty. Okay. No, it is. Comma. No, some syntax is wrong. No, syntax is wrong actually. ID हो गया. Can you show me this here? No, your syntax is wrong. So you're passing what? ID, first name, last name, and after last name you're passing.
Salary has nothing. Salary is blank.
कॉलम में देखते हैं।
Okay.
एक बार टेबल ड्रॉप करके दोबारा करके देखिए सर, हो सकता है बिकॉज़ पेमेंट
नहीं, टेबल का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Table is not a problem. एक काम करो, सैलरी जो एम्प्लॉय है ना, सैलरी रिमूव कर दो. रिमूव द कॉलम सैलरी. हाँ, वहां से जस्ट रिमूव इट. ओके, एंड हियर से कॉमा रिमूव कर दो. यस, नाउ ट्राई दिस. सो हियर आई एम नॉट पासिंग सैलरी. डुप्लीकेट किया रहा. अच्छा, पास डिफरेंट आईडी. वन समथिंग पास डिफरेंट. हाँ, नहीं 100 आई थिंक ऑलरेडी है, राइट?
Yes, sir.
100 ऑलरेडी है. पास 102.
102।
PAN card also we need to change.
Yeah. I think email address we need to change. I think email address duplicate. It should be unique. Okay.
Yeah.
Insert हो गया. Now show me the record. 20,000 again, right? So here we are not passing the data for value salary. Okay. Okay. So this much we learned today. And okay. Okay, you can stop your sharing. So guys, ये पूरा practice, you have to do practice. It's very easy, okay?
प्रैक्टिस पे डिपेंड है सर।
Yeah, it is very easy, but for practice की जरूरत.
कभी कभी कंफ्यूजन क्यों हो जा रहा है सर?
हाँ, this is first time तो confusing होगा. Okay. Okay, so okay, drop table. Okay, so drop table, we drop the table. Now let's practice truncate table. Okay, so I forgot your name, Rashik. So can you please share your screen and just run truncate table. So truncate table, what does it does? It will remove all the data. Table रहेगा, table will be there, and it will remove the data. Just type here truncate table, table name. Already there, right? Just run this. Okay, now run select statement.
Yeah, data is removed.
Okay, data is lost. Table is there. Drop table will drop the entire table. Okay, truncate table, it will only delete the data, whole data.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the difference. I hope you understand right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you can stop your sharing. So let me repeat let me revise what we have learned today. So the guys, you have to do practice. Okay. So, okay, so drop table, truncate table, alter, we can add new column, we can drop the existing column, we can rename the column, we can change the data type. Okay, constraint we saw, unique, not null, primary key, check default. Okay, so this much we have seen. Okay, index I will talk about tomorrow, and how to insert the record. I think that's just now we did a practice, right? So insert ka matlab ki we have the table ready. We got the table, we got the structure, all the column, everything is ready now. Okay, so my home is ready now. We have to put all the things inside the home. Okay,
Yes, sir.
yeah, so अब उसमें मुझे data को insert करना, data को entry करवाना है, right? तो उसके लिए we have a insert command. Okay, so कैसे करते हैं? Insert into table name. Okay, and अब जिस column में data pass करना है, let's suppose you have all the columns. Okay, so you just pass the column names. Just now we saw, right? Parenthesis के अंदर all the columns name. Okay, and the values and the corresponding values. Okay, and these values should match. The value 1 है, this value is for column 1. Value 2 is for column 2. So this corresponding column and values should be in that position. Okay, so the data for value 1 will go inside column 1. Data for value 2 will go inside column 2, like this. You got it, right? Okay, so यहाँ पर मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? In this approach, I'm specifying the column name. I want this column and this value, this column, this value. Okay, this is the first approach. Second approach you can do, you don't have to specify the column name. Okay, you just give the values. Okay, so insert into table. You can see here I'm not specifying any column. ठीक है, इसमें क्या होगा कि it will goes the values into all the columns. Okay, so value 1 का जो data है, it will go inside column first. Value 2 data will go inside column 2. Okay, so by default it will get the mapping. All the values will be mapped to the corresponding column one by one in that position, in that order. Okay, so here if you don't specify column, then these values will go inside that column one by one in that order. Got it? So you can either use this approach. So in this approach, you are pretty much sure that I want to put the data only for this column. Let's suppose the data table may there are 10 column. Okay, and I don't want to enter data for all 10 columns. I only enter for 3 columns. So यहाँ पर just put the 3 columns name, column 1, column 2, column 3, and pass the data. And for the remaining thing, it will be null. अगर वो null accept करता है तो, if it is accepting null, then it will be null for other column. If you're not passing the data, it will be null, right? So यहाँ से you can specify the column name कि I want to put the data only for this column. Otherwise, if you don't specify the column name, so this data will be mapped to all the columns, and you have to pass all the values. Clear? Any doubt in this Hindu approach? Okay.
Clear.
Okay. Now we will learn update, how to update and delete the record. Okay, tomorrow.